Minutes. Now, global semiconductor sales rose 17% last quarter compared to the first quarter. The Semiconductor Industry Association says sales climbed to $51.7 billion. Revenue was 20% lower than 1 year earlier. The SAI says chip inventories have been closely managed and government incentives boosted demand in China, the world's biggest semiconductor market. Pranab Kumar Sama is Regional Head of IT and Electronics at Daiwa Institute of Research and is with me in the studio now. Very good day. Thanks for joining us. What do you think about that Semiconductor Industry Association data? I mean, a recovery, sustainable recovery, what?
I think we have gone through the deep cyclical downturn into Q1 that is well accepted in the market, and probably from a year-on-year basis we might see a growth starting from Q4 this year, and we expect the growth will continue in 2010. A bit for a whole year.
Growth in demand, also in prices?
Growth in demand, but in this industry, prices normally doesn't go up. ASP will continue to fall.
They always go. I mean, any slowdown in the pace of the drop, or is it simply a case of the company is going to have to keep stepping up the new technologies to maintain any semblance of a margin?
Okay, we did see a lot of pricing pressure in the beginning of this year, and that pricing pressure will slow down to a normal level, which is normally 2 to 3% quarter-on-quarter decline on the pricing pressure going forward. That will continue. But at the same time, company, as you mentioned, they have to keep up with the new technology, new product to maintain their average selling prices at some point.
Right, and one of those to look out for is DDR3. It's a DRAM interface. Basic interfaces to the memory. It comes after DDR2, of course. It's twice as fast. Comes before DDR4, which isn't going to be around for a few years. A lot of money to be made out of this?
Okay, DDR3 is now it's a transition phase from DDR2 to DDR3. By beginning of next year, we expect it will be a mainstream product. When you said mainstream means it is taking 50% market share in the commodity DRAM market. And obviously, and currently DDR3 is in the shortage. Some of the companies at current price, DDR3 prices, they are profitable.
Good. Well, that's delightful to hear. Let me take a look at the stocks that are out there making some of these products, particularly the big one, TSMC. There's the biggest of the customized chip makers, of course. This is a stock you have a buy rating on.
Yeah, we have just upgraded the rating from hold to outperform, and I think we had one of the concerns company might lose market share earlier, but I think once the new chairman take over the CEO position, he become too aggressive, Maurice Chang, and now we believe the company is not going to lose market share in 2009, probably maintain 2010 market share as well, and I think valuations we think it's reasonable, so we have upgraded to outperform this customer.
Okay, as far as the market goes, what's good for TSMC is good for its rival United Microelectronics, but if TSMC is gaining market share, that could be at the expense of UMC, and you have a underperform rating on UMC.
Yeah, exactly. As and when we enter for 2010, I think that is a year 40 and 45 nanometer technology node will be ramped up, and TSMC is leading in that particular area. We think UMC might lose some of the ground at that particular technology node next year.
Okay.
And that is the reason.
So you've got quite a lot of upside. We've got, there you go, outperforms on TSMC. Also Nanyard Tech, well, in fact, Nanyard Tech, I think you also like Venture Corporation, which isn't in that list as well. I mean, what's it about Nanyard Tech you like? What's it about Venture Corp you like?
Okay, on the Nanyard Tech, I think it's among the Taiwanese DRAM maker, this is a survivor story. I think this company with the parent cell, they will survive. And they are the early one to move to the DDR3 among the Taiwanese maker. We have upgraded Nanya from our underperform to outperform recently. Same way, even my colleague in Korea, he also upgraded Hynix because it's again a DDR3 story. We think that Hynix will probably make some money starting from Q3 this year. Okay,
and also power chip semiconductor is one you say stay away from, not so good.
Yeah, I think that financial structure looks pretty scary for this company at this point.
Okay.
And I would like to stay out of this stock for the time being.
Okay. A lot of these stocks have had big run-ups, of course. You're still forecasting, I mean, it varies from stock to stock, of course, but good, anything from 10 to 80% upside on some of these stocks, correct?
Yeah, some of the stocks we still see substantial upside from here, but obviously some of the stocks I think already come to the near of target price. Question is like whether we should revise up the target price. I think all the analysts will face these questions as and when we move to the next year, and we need a little bit of more data points for the economic recovery for next year. If we revise up our growth forecast for the global economy, we may have to revise up everything again.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for your time today, Pranab Kumar Sama, who is Regional Head of IT and Electronics at Daiwa Institute of Research.